I had to thieves up my feet, put stuff all over me, and then come on.
There you go.
Uh-oh. I hear Ashley.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Ruh-roh.
Is that people's reaction when I come around? Uh-oh.
No, we weren't out. It asked us a strange question this time. It never asked me before, so I don't know how I got in, but here I am.
Yay!
Sick as a dog, but here I am.
Aw, you look great.
No,
I look like a hot mess.
I'm a hot mess too.
We're all in good company.
I had to take a shower because I get up at 4:30, so I had to do it beforehand. I sat here for a half an hour. Later.
You're gone. There you are.
Oh.
Remind me later. Something came up on my phone. So I've been sitting here for a half an hour, making sure that I'm on. I had to get a blanket because I'm freezing now. So, but I'm not moving because
She's
if I do,
so stressed out.
I am very stressed out.
I have like 3 blankets on because I only keep the heat at 65.
Ooh, we're already recording.
Oh,
okay.
Recording. Great.
Awesome. No, that's good.
I know that Kim is here. And I know that Kim is here and Whitney's here. I do know that.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Hi.
Faces. I see Tiffany bopping on the elliptical. She's so dedicated.
Not me.
We're all just sitting here on our behinds.
I've been doing really well on my diet, and I'm 15 pounds down, and then I feel horrible for this the 3rd day, and I had a rough day at work, so I came home and ate 2 pieces of pizza.
We had the same for dinner.
I said, oh well. If 2 pieces of pizza, oh well.
Hold on.
That's okay.
Christopher! Check on Mom. She's calling me.
Look at all her oils. All right.
Okay.
So here's what I'll do. I'm going to mute you guys just while Susan and I are chatting, not because we don't want to hear you, but just so the background noise is less.
Yeah. I have screaming children in the house.
We all do, I think.
Yeah, but yours are little. Mine are like adults.
But there is a group chat like feature. You can pull it up on your phone, tablet, or it's off on the right if you're on a computer. So if you think of a question you want us to answer at the end, just pop it into that chat. And then when Susan's done answering the few that I have, I will we'll answer those. Okay, so first, all right, mute. Okay, so Susan, you do have the ability to unmute yourself. You're not muted now. Okay, so first I wanted to just show you, she's still talking. I first wanted to show you what is on our website. And honesty time, I tried to think of like 10 reasons to reschedule this call tonight because I just was like not feeling it today. So I didn't because I love you guys enough to do it anyway. But if you think there's something special about me and that's why I've done it, there's not. It's just a choice moment by moment to move forward, whether you feel like it or not, right? Head nod. Yes. Whether you feel like it or not. So truly nothing special about me. I have the same thoughts you guys have. I have the same no's, the same no-shows, the same everything probably that you guys have had. But the difference between those that actually reach their goals or not, or just decide we want it bad enough and we're going to show up anyway. So here I am. And now I feel fine. Like I'm here and I'm looking at you guys, your faces. And I'm like, why would I even think of anything but being here with you guys, right? But that's what Satan does. Tries to get you to not show up for the stuff that's actually going to help you. So I'm going to share screen, Frank and Valor, and just really quickly, can y'all see that? Yeah? Okay, awesome. Just show you what we have online as far as business resources go. So when you go to frankandvalor.com, you click Frank and Valor members only and type in the correct password, which is Frank and Valor. Okay. And then you're going to scroll all the way down and go to business opportunity resources. It's just a reminder of our vision, and our mission statement for the year is at the top. Here is it's not coming soon. It's here now. I need to delete that. But these are training modules to use for yourself. And also when people in your team say, hey, I'm really interested in learning more about how to make money with Young Living, my response lately has been, awesome. Go through these 5 training manuals. It'll take you like 20 minutes, and then message me with any questions and thoughts you have after. And it just saves me from having the same conversations over and over and over and over and over again. Because how many times do you have to tell people the same things? Our goal with this was to like get them the basics to then open up conversations that you can have with them that are far more meaningful than the PSK bonus is $25 plus this, fast start bonus is 25%. Like, it's fine. And they need to know that, but like, you're better off investing in them in other ways. So as they click through the different modules, there's examples, there's a couple videos at the end of a few of them that are around like, 5 to 8 minutes long. It just allows them to click all the way through the 5 modules. We will eventually, probably later on this year, have an advanced course, but I don't know, like, once you hit the rank of like senior star or executive, it all kind of makes sense, right? So it's not that complicated. And then we have the income disclosure, current month offers, and then we have all of the Wellness 101 resources. So for someone that wants to host their first class or 101, they're right here. We have a link to all of our topical classes, which we have a bunch, and I'll give you a little sneak on what's coming this month too. We have OGV Tracker, rank maps, which are a really powerful tool when you have someone especially that like enrolls their first member or reaches the rank of star or senior star for the first time. Pulling up this rank map and working through it with them to help them identify who they can work with to get them to the next rank just makes it so fun, helps them make sense of it all, reminds them of the 3 things that they need to do to actually produce income. So that's a really powerful tool. We have enrollment forms here. We have compliance information here. We have action step inspiration here. If you're like, I'm trying to grow my team, but I don't know what to do. Action step inspiration is a great resource to send to them. It literally lists like 30 things. Just say, pick one. And then the next day, pick another one. And the next day, pick another one. And these are all activities that revolve around the 3 IPAs, income producing activities. And then we have all these printable and shareable resources. I know printing stuff is kind of annoying. It's expensive. They change the kit after you order 500, right, Kim? Starter kit brochures is just what they do. Every time I get starter kit brochures printed, they change the kit. So just download the graphics and send them in messages, send them in emails. Just use it as a virtual digital resource if you don't want to print them, or just print them on paper so that it's basically free except for, the paper and the ink in your printer. So don't not do it just because you want to get it through Vistaprint. Anything is better than nothing. So those are our resources we have to help you learn about the income and grow your business with duplication to save you time. And then as far as classes goes, we have the Wellness 101, which we highly, highly recommend you have a Wellness 101 at the beginning of every single month. If you are trying to reach the rank of executive or silver this year, consistent 101s at the beginning of the month is awesome. And then pick a topical class to bookend the month. That way your new members have their kits from the beginning of the month when they join. They can come back towards the end of the month and learn more, bring their kits, get their questions answered, feel like they're more a part of a community. People that join at the Wellness 101 in the first week of the month can bring a couple friends with them to the topical class at the end of the month, and then duplication is working in your favor. So just really be smart about the way you're planning your schedules. We have the Power of Thieves class, Play the Wellness Game Kids edition. You've only got probably a couple months left where this class makes sense to be really popular. So that's a really good one. The Beauty School is so fantastic. We have Savvy Minerals tips. Pregnancy Basics, Jessica Letter helped me write this class. It is a fantastic, fantastic resource. Ninja Red class, Become a Diffuser expert class. You could have people over and you could get little 5 ml bottles and send them each home with a little diffuser bomb that they make that they can put in their diffusers. That's really fun and inexpensive. And then we have Valentine's Day. I'm going to be making a few changes to the women's wellness class that we had this past weekend. Just the flow. Jess and I were kind of talking today like, we're going to move this around, delete this slide, change a few things, and then that'll be uploaded this week. I got all of my mom's DIY recipes, the DIY queen. So we're going to be doing a DIY class, like become a DIY master class. That'll be uploaded here by the end of the week. And then by the end of the month, we're going to have a CBD class, which should be really powerful. And I know that's not a Young Living in-house product yet, but we're going to be educating a lot on what essential oils from Young Living bring to the table when added with CBD. So you're still going to be able to share about the power of Young Living in that class. So all of those are resources that you have at your disposal to help you grow your teams, start the business, keep growing in the business. And we're just going to be adding to those all the time. Okay? All right, enough of me. You're here for Susan. I know that's why you're here. I'm here for Susan too. All right, unmute Susan. She's rolling her eyes at me. Okay, so I have 5 questions that I'm going to ask Susan. I posted them in the group so you guys would know what she'd be sharing about. I'm just really excited for you to hear her heart on these things. We met with Jessica Lederer last month, and that is uploaded to YouTube. So if you're curious and missed that one, you can watch that call again. And then, like I said, use the little chat feature if you have any questions for Susan at the end. Susan!
Hi.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You look so pretty.
Well, I just got out of the shower because I have to get up at 4:30. So I thought I'll get ready that way I can just go to bed.
Yep. Have some valor. Everyone take an oil break.
Already did it.
Get some oils in your brain. Okay. All right, love. So why did you join Young Living?
Well, I tell you that I was going through a very emotional, a very stressful time in my life emotionally. I was in a really dark place for just a lot of crappy things that were going on within my family. I had shared it with my friend Kim Blazer. We were at a function, a local function, and she said, well, can I come over tomorrow? It was a Sunday afternoon. And I accepted, even though I really didn't want company, because I was kind of, close the shades, lock the doors, that type of thing. So she came over with a couple of little roller bottles. I didn't know what was in them. I used them. By the end of our visit, I felt fantastic, but I was sure that it was only mind over matter. 2 weeks later, I felt the same way. 3 weeks later, I felt fantastic. And I thought to myself, I've got to find out what's in these little bottles that I have that's been making me feel come from this level to this level. And that's when I came to your house and I came to your class and I sat there in awe and I listened. I watched you open up the starter kit and I listened to you explain what each and every oil could do for me. And I immediately started writing a list of all of the people in my family I could help. So that's where it started, right there. I was really excited right from the beginning. Yeah. Emotion. I mean, of course the oils have done and the products have done so much more since then, but it was the emotional release and the emotional connection that got me to your house.
I love getting you to my house.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
It's like a cult. Okay.
Yeah. Red punch tent with the smoke and all that.
Drink
right.
Punch. Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
So you already spoke a little bit to how the products have changed your life, but if you have anything else to add to that, and then let us know what your favorite one is currently, because I know for me at least, it changes all the time.
Well, my favorite is that's a very difficult thing. Mara shave oil is my absolute favorite every day on my face. My husband drenches his body in it, I'm thinking, because he goes through about a bottle every 2 weeks. It's a bit ridiculous. I posted something on my Facebook some time ago of the stash that I found. which explains the reason that he has his own account now, because I can't keep up with it. But I would say my absolute favorite has got to be frankincense, because that is the constant in my life and in my household. Everyone in my household uses frankincense every single day.
Mm.
Yeah. So that would have to be it.
Yep. I love that one too. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were saying that you started writing down the names of people when you were at the first class. Because you're such a yellow, right? People that you wanted to help and share.
Yep. Yeah.
For those of you new to Young Living, there's this color personality quiz you can take. And if you're a yellow personality, your first thought always goes towards other people. Red personality, that's me. Your first thought always goes towards like hitting a goal. Green, your first thought is, well, wait, why would I do this? How does this work? What do I need to do? So the greens are the ones that you're going to want to take the training modules on the business like 47 times before they'll launch off. And then the blues are like, yeah, this sounds really great, but like, how can I have fun with this?
Right.
So I think you're a yellow blue, right?
I think I'm just a straight old yellow. Yeah, I have a little bit of blue, but you know, I'm hung up on, you know, I'm hung up on others. I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that may be a fault, but you know what? I'm just gonna have to take it and own it and do it, because that's who I am.
If the world was full of reds, it would be a cold, horrible place. There'd be no charity. It would just be like, everyone get out of my way. I've got something
Right.
to do. So the world runs on all four. We need all four. You add so much to the team. So that was your first thing of like writing people's names down.
Yeah.
And then how did you actually get started with sharing?
Well, I couldn't stop sharing. I mean, I was using my oils every day. People around me saw a difference. Of course, they smelled me too, but I think that they saw a difference. So I couldn't help but share. You know, every person that I ran into, it didn't matter who it was. My family and my close friends thought that I was kind of kooky there for a while, but that's about all I could do, was just share. So whether I was at work, whether I was in the grocery store, in the grocery line, you know, it just kind of came natural.
Mm-hmm.
I think sharing, I think if the most important thing is to be a product of the product, because then you're going to really feel and receive the benefits from it. And the sharing comes from here. I've never, I wasn't business minded when I started this business, and I am now somewhat, but it still comes from here first. I don't share from my pocket. I share just from my heart, because that's how much it means to me.
Yeah. Well, and I know like you knock yourself about being a yellow, but you're actually in the functional lane of yellows. So like within every color personality, there's a dysfunctional and a functional lane. So for some yellows, they care about other people, but in the sense that they care what other people think. That's sort of the more dysfunctional lane. So other people, their fear of what others will think will overcome actually caring about others. But you're in the functional lane because you'll share with anyone whether they think you're cuckoo or not. Like, you're just going to do it because you know that's what's best for them.
Well, and the thing is, I mean, it's so natural, because if we go somewhere and experience something good doing something else, like if we get our hair cut, if we go to dinner, if we go to physical therapy and the physical therapist is wonderful and the staff at the front desk is wonderful, why would we not share what we're doing with Young Living? It just makes sense.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
I love that. mindset. That's really powerful.
Mhm.
So for those that are on the call and those that listen, what would you say from your experience is the best tip to just launch them off?
To launch them off.
Yep.
What I would say is try and find a group of people close to you that want to share this experience with you,
Mm-hmm.
and do it with them, because you really need to do it with the people that you care about.
Yeah. And what if they don't have
I would
that?
say
Create it.
and if you don't have that, create it. I mean, the thing about it is with me, this time in my Young Living business would not be possible if I did not build relationships with people first.
Right.
That was my main goal, was building relationships. I didn't try and sign people up. All I wanted to do was share with people, help people, and build relationships with people, because that is what is going to keep your business going when it turns into a business mysteriously. There are a lot of people out there that start right from the beginning wanting it to be a business. That wasn't me.
Right.
You know, different strokes for different folks. You need to mentor your people. And that's kind of where I get myself into a little bit of trouble, because I mentor my people. I'm there when they need me. But then again, some people recommend that you don't do that as much, because then you can burn yourself out. And I understand that. But I think that it's very important to nurture the people that you have.
Yeah. Well, and I know, like, as you were talking, what came to me was that I don't think I've ever seen you come to a Young Living event where it's just you in your car. Like,
Never.
you don't just come by yourself. Like, the woman packs her car. And
Right.
if she had a bus, she'd probably pack the bus. Like, you need to get a bigger car, Susan. I think this is what you need to do next. So, but like, she just cares
Right.
so much about people and bringing them into the community that made her feel so good. And whether it's a class where I'm teaching or a class that someone across line from you is teaching, like, it doesn't even matter to you. You just want people around the product and around people that are using the product. So that is a huge
I just want I want those people in those four walls.
Right.
And it's not because I want them to buy or I want them to have people sign up. I want them to feel what I felt in the beginning.
Right.
This is where I get a little emotional. I remember, I bet you it was a year that every time I went to one of your classes, I cried.
Yeah.
That's what I did. That's what I did. You know, I have people that come with me, and I can name 10 times in the past 6 or 8 months, that when they come to the meeting, I don't know going in that they really don't want to be there because there's other stuff going on in their life.
Yeah.
But when we're on our way home, that was where they needed to be.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. It's really about people.
Different. Yeah, it is. And you know, my team, I'll tell you, people talk about being stuck. I've been a silver. Well, it'll be, I think July, it will be 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I, in no way, shape, or form, no way consider myself stuck, because I have the most incredible people in my life that inspire me every single day.
Yeah.
My upline, people in the cross line, but most of all of the people that are on my team that are there for me every single day.
Yeah.
So that's what's important to me.
That's inspirational. Thank you. All right. It's my last question. So everybody get typing if you want her to keep talking. I kind of do. So what would be your best tip for someone that is either starting out, launched off, maybe like you were saying, feels stuck? Maybe the answer for feeling stuck is to just get more people around you. Or someone that's like sitting at Senior Star or sitting at executive wanting to get to silver, like what would you tell them would be their ticket to silver in your experience?
Well, what my first piece of advice would be, and I can remember you telling us this, and of course Sarah Harnish, who I absolutely love, to have classes, have classes, have classes, have classes, and then have classes again. And I'll tell you, for me, it was true. I think when I became when I hit silver, I probably had about 18 classes that 1 month.
Yep.
I did some classes for people, and then I did classes of my own. So really, you need to the more classes that you have, the more people that you get inside those four walls makes all the difference in the world, because you can tell someone until you're blue in the face everything about Young Living and essential oils, and they may not connect with you. But when they come into a room and that one lady that's sitting in the corner says that one thing that you've been telling them forever, the light bulb goes off.
Yeah.
And they get it.
Yeah.
So people have got to get in those rooms and feel good about themselves and learn and share. And that's where the magic happens. So my advice would to have classes, and then have classes for your people.
Yeah.
If I had to do it over again, I probably would try to encourage my people to maybe, because now my people are doing classes all over the place.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, nobody really wanted to do that. So that was my job.
Yeah.
Do classes. So I probably would say if I had been smart enough, I would have taught people to do it. And
Duplication.
I did. Right.
That's okay though.
Yeah, it is okay.
Because he wastes nothing, and everyone's different.
Right. And the other thing too is, no matter, I can't tell you how many times I have sat in a room where no one has showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I know that happened to Kim and I many times.
Yeah.
And we just took advantage of it, and we brainstormed, and we learned, and we practiced, and
plan the next one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, as long as you just keep pushing forward.
Yeah. Even after I hit gold and I was still having classes in my home, I had no show classes.
Mm-hmm.
You never get to a point, John Acuff, the author.
Yeah.
He had a book signing a couple months ago and no one showed up. He's a New York Times best-selling author.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So.
That's crazy.
But when you believe in what you're doing, you just keep going.
Right, exactly.
And someone will get there that needs to be there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's all so good. Okay, we have a question from the audience. I have my first class tomorrow. Yay!
Oh, that's awesome.
Any advice?
Just be yourself. Share from your heart. I have to use cards because I'm a squirrel, and if I don't, then I will get off track and I won't even say what I'm supposed to say. So keep those notes or whatever it is you have to keep on track, but teach the class from here. That makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
It really does. For me. And I've had people, after different classes, just kind of feedback telling me that they could feel it. Yeah. So I think that is really important.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, just make it a place people want to be.
Right.
And
don't make it difficult. I remember you always telling us that, don't make it difficult. Don't make it look hard, because people aren't going to want to have to do this and have to do that and have to do this and have to do that. So make it simple. Although I am a lunch lady, so I can't help.
She caters her own parties.
Right. I can't help but do that. So, but don't do it.
Most people do. I mean, if you show up to my house, you're going to have citrus fresh water.
Right. Right.
But that's okay. You've still enrolled a ton of people with your giant spreads.
Right, exactly.
Your beautiful chocolate covered strawberries at your Lucy Libido class. You
Oh
guys,
my goodness.
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Doing things like that is really fun sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you make it a place people enjoy being, then when you have another one, they'll come back and they'll probably bring people with them. Because it's like you don't go and have a good experience somewhere and then go back by yourself. You just don't do that. Like you were saying, if you like my favorite local restaurant is Agave. I try to bring everyone I know there as often as possible. Cause like, why go by myself when I could enjoy it with people that I love? So kind of the same. And I think like you're saying, if you focus on speaking from your heart and you just focus on making it a place people want to be, and people don't want to be at a place where, you're reading from this and you're sales pitching and there's pressure and
they have to trust you,
and
they have to trust what you're saying is authentic, and not a script. I'm not saying, I mean, you have to have something to go by. You have to, or you will be a blubbering idiot. Because God knows I've done that a bazillion times, but you do have to have something to go by.
Yeah. Agreed. I'm the same as you. I can get on my tangents and then, it's been 4 hours. I'm
right.
Sorry. You're free to go now.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah. You want me to bring people back to this torture chamber? No, thank you.
Yeah, heck no. Oh, goodness gracious.
All right. Does anyone have any more questions for Susan? Maybe I'll unmute you guys. We're going to live on the edge. How do I do that? Oh, wait. Unmute all. Okay, you all are unmuted.
Oh, boy.
Does anyone have a question, comment? Someone's laughing. There's a man's voice.
Not in my house.
Lucky.
I needed to go to your Lucy Libido class because I can't find a guy.
What can Kim put on to find a man?
What?
What can Kim put on to find a man?
She better do her 400 PV and get some ylang ylang.
I haven't.
She's got it. You know my slang for ylang ylang, right?
No, what is it?
Someone see? They're editing me out with music.
Mute me. Mute me.
Mute me. I've muted Veronica per her request. Ylang ylang, you bang, you bang. That's what I said. I wanted to get that printed on a shirt, but I felt like maybe that wouldn't be great.
But I don't think that would be good, like, first meeting a guy wearing that on your shirt. They'd be like, especially at my age, they'd be like, what?
Just the oil.
Yeah.
We'll have them follow me home.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many nice things about you in the chat, Susan, so make sure you read those.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
Hold on.
Whitney, can you help her?
Yeah, Whitney. Oh, okay. And the other really important thing about your team is that when you are only good everyone is wonderful at different things. I am good at just maybe a handful. I can't do technology. I can't do anything. And I have an amazing team that does all of the other stuff that I will never be able to do.
Yeah.
Okay, then look. Do you see where it says participants up top right?
That's satisfying.
Participants at the top right.
Oh, mine's at the bottom.
There you go.
It should say chat or invite.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, chat. Oh, Lord, I don't have my glasses.
Oh, man. Well,
Hold on,
Whitney can't come put them on your face for you. She can only do so much.
Oh, I can see some.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said at the rally, like, if there's a weakness in you that you feel like would be a benefit to your business, just pray for God to send you someone that's strong in that area.
Right.
I don't like animals. I love people. I had someone tell me one time, you can't hate animals and love people. Well, I disagree because I do love people. But like, I have so many people in my team now that love animals, and that's awesome. And it can grow our team and our business. But I couldn't have done that. I shared about animals one time on Instagram and someone reported me to Young Living.
That's funny.
So,
So funny.
so like, I'll just leave that up to you animal people, you know?
Well, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I remember at one point or early on when I first became a member, and you would stand in your house and you would say, you know what? People are not going to relate to me and people are not going to connect to me, meaning you. And I'm like, what are you kidding? I would drink the punch. Like, I didn't even understand that, but I totally understand it now.
Yeah.
Because there are people that are going to think I'm a whack job, and there's people that are going to connect with me. So you just never know what people you're going to touch.
Yeah. And I mean, I've had certain people that I've really been believing would join our team that I had kind of first shared Young Living with for a while. And now people in my team are enrolling them. Right. And I'm like, you know what? This is still an answer to prayer. Right. Because God gave me the person that could get them, you know? And so like, never get discouraged that someone is stringing you along for 4 years and saying no, because you could enroll someone tomorrow that could enroll them the next day. You never know how God is going to work and move on your behalf. But that's very, very true, because all of you reach people that I could never reach, not just because you don't live in Sussex County, but just because you're different than me.
Right.
And we're just better together.
That's for sure.
Yay. All right. Yay. Well, I hate to end it, but we better.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, so much.
All right. Thank you. I love all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Love
you.
you too.
All right.
Love you
Bye-bye.
guys. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.